Come on. Hey everybody, it's me, it's RDV. And we have an Ash in the crowd. We also have a Maranya and a Zach Richmond, who's
I'm
also
on the
here.
panel with you, and I'm the last one that gets the shout out? I see how it is.
Yeah, you're on the panel, so why would you get the first shout out?
Because you introduce your co-host.
So now you're a co-host. I thought you were a guest on this channel, but that's how it is.
That's right.
See?
That's
You're
right.
welcome, bro.
Yeah.
Tonight we're talking about, as we always talk about, new books. And
Woo.
what books are we getting tonight? We'll find out in a minute. Just giving let's wait until the 1 minute mark. Get some more people to pop up in here. Probably only
Mariah's already she's already betting on what we have on our list.
I mean, why would I pick bad books?
That's true.
I mean, the fact that we talked about it on that channel a little bit, so tomorrow, plus I always get the same books, but I do try to mix it up because you gotta have something different. Can't have the same stuff always on the channel.
How boring would it be if our top 5 lists were exactly the same but in different orders?
Yeah, we definitely wouldn't plan it that way.
No.
All right, so those who are new to this channel, basically what we're doing here, we basically take 5 books from our playlist, the books that we are most excited to read, and I personally rank them in the order that I'm most excited to basically see. That's what I do. Zach, I assume you do the same thing, or you just have?
Yeah, I do roughly the same thing. Yeah, I mean,
so
I randomize maybe on Thursday when we go through like our favorite books of the week. I kind of randomize them, but no, yeah, I mean this is top 5. I kind of categorize them least.
Yeah, same here. So basically, so we count down the books that we have on our pull list for 5. At least pick out our top 5, and then when we go on live on Thursday, every Thursday, it was called the best of the week. We basically took the books out, all the books from our pull lists, including the top 5, and we ranked them after rating them. What was the best? Did our top 5 make it into the best?
I'm curious now. Ash says he picked up a book recommended by me. I want to know what it is.
One recommended. Oh, so okay.
I'm curious.
I bet it's Fables.
Ash doesn't need me to recommend Fables to pick it up.
Like
I know it's for that reason. I know it's not Firepower because he already knows how good Firepower is.
Who knows?
But I don't know. I'm curious though, Ash. If you want to divulge what you picked up because of me, I would like to know.
All right.
But anyway.
All right. So let's just jump right into this. Get this going.
Let's get this party started.
I'll let you go first this week.
Oh, so nice. Okay.
So very nice.
So very nice. It's in my Borat. Okay, number 5. Looking at my list here that I wrote, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with. It's not gonna be on the top couple of rows. It is New Fantastic Four numero uno, number 1. Yet another one of Marvel's prequel miniseries is what I'm kind of wanting to call them. They're going back to the 90s and the 80s, and they're writing up these new stories that take place in that similar timeline. So they did it with Venom. They did it with Ben Reilly. Now they are getting Peter David back to write this new Fantastic Four story.
Are you getting the Arthur Adams?
I'm getting the Care Andrews cover.
Oh, so you're not. Arthur Adams is
great. I love Art Adams' art style.
But there's a Simonson variant, 125.
The Simonson.
If you're getting the Care Andrews variant, which is right here.
I could have got the Fortnite one, but yeah. So, Maranya says Ash picked up Jurassic League. Nice. I like that. Yeah, I like that Care Andrews cover. Look at that. That for some reason that one just pops for me.
I just feel bad for Spidey because his legs gotta go real that far back.
I like how all the characters, they have their own custom fonts for their names. I really dig that. But yeah, no, this is this is Peter David, the great Peter David, who I'm kind of on a Peter David kick right now. After reading some of his Hulk stuff, I'm looking into reading some of his Young Justice stuff. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I like this kind of, new story, but it's not modern Marvel. It takes place back in the, like I said, the 80s or 90s. Sucks that it's a miniseries. I'm getting burned out on miniseries. I would like some solid ongoings, but I take what I can get. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So Alan Robinson is the artist or the penciler. I'm not super familiar with his work. But I mean, the main reason I'm picking it up is because Peter David's writing it. That's the big reason.
Like I said, I'm getting the Arthur Adams Wolverine cover because that is just awesome. The blue and the yellow costume.
That is pretty sweet. If I had to get another cover, I would probably get the Walt Simonson one.
The Walt Simonson is like that. That's kind of really 90s with the Ghost Rider crappy motorcycle. And the Hulk driving it.
The Hulk on the motorcycle, right? That's awesome. I love that. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. Dumb. I don't know how long the miniseries is going for. I imagine it's probably like 5 or 6 issues, maybe. Or it might be 4 because it's a Fantastic Four book.
So far, they've announced 4 books, but
yeah. So, but and it's $4.99, so it's not super expensive. It's kind of average for a new comic book.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Cool.
Number 5 on the list.
36 pages for $5, you know, and you're getting Peter David. It's not like you're getting. It's not like you're getting like Al Ewing.
Did you show the Carrie Andrews cover?
I did, yeah.
Show it again. Ash wants to see it.
Again? Rewind the stream, buddy.
It's Carrie Andrews. Show that beautiful beam footage.
It did. It was right here. This is the Carrie Andrews where his legs messed up.
Magnify it.
Magnify it. His leg's broken.
He's Spider-Man. He can be flexible.
He's very, very limber. Yes.
I actually like the way the Hulk looks in that cover for some reason.
Looks very cartoonish.
Yeah.
And Ghost Rider's just the Crypt Creeper behind him, just laughing.
That's what I imagine he sounds like.
Yes. So time is relative, as it says down here. So now it says foil variant. I was like, imagine if they actually made this a foil variant for real. That'd be cool. It is very 90s, and you can see the 90s behind it, the little thing.
Mm-hmm.
With the tie-dye color, and that's the bright colors, that's 90s right there. So
I also like up at the top where it says, for the first time again.
Begins.
So it's not the first time.
Right.
I kind of like that little joke there.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I think mine's pretty on here. Go to my number 5 right away. I have to scroll down a little bit. Mine's actually Aquaman Flash Void Song. I've been enjoying seeing Aquaman getting some more love in here. And this is Jackson Lansing and Colin Kelly. That's why I'm getting it.
I thought it was Ram V for some reason.
56 pages.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. And this is, so you get the rogues in here as well. This is Barry Allen.
And the Justice League.
This is Barry. Like. This isn't Wally.
Oh, is it Barry? Oh.
Yeah. So the Justice League too. Yeah. So it's kind of cool that like I said, I don't really read Aquaman. I've only same with Green Arrow. I kind of read them when they're like teamed up with somebody else because solo characters this don't really do that for me. So the fact that it has the Flash on here, which is kind of cool. So I'll be able to get 2 Flash books per month.
Nice, very cool.
It says is a the drain to Earth of all its kinetic energy is this I guess they're being attacked by alien invasion or something like to divorce beyond our reality. And they expect anyone could escape their song, but the Flash was the Speed Force when they struck, and Aquaman was in the deepest ravine far below the ocean's floor. So it's basically them saving against the alien threat, which is kind of cool. I mean, but and like I said, it's Barry and it's gonna be Aquaman. It's not gonna be a shell of a character. And I trust these writers. They've been writing Batman the new Batman Beyond Neo Gotham. They also been writing in the Iron Man.
They wrote the Captain America book last week.
Captain America, Son of Liberty,
phenomenal. Yeah.
Yes.
I agree, Ash. It does sound like a weird team up, but I'm kind of down for it too. Like I like it.
I always thought that when they had other team ups. So like anybody teams up with Green Arrow, that's not Black Canary. I always thought that was a weird team up.
Well, like everyone has their quote unquote partners that they normally get teamed up with. Like there's Batman,
Like
Superman, Green
Hellboy
Lantern, and
are usually
Flash,
yeah.
or Green Lantern and Green Arrow, or Green Arrow, Black Canary. So this is off. This is a little. It's different. I kind of like that.
Like I said, yeah, it's getting to see two characters normally don't really see together working together.
Yeah,
working together. So it could end up being very, very bad, or it could end up being really cool.
Yeah, could be.
I
like these writers. So.
Yeah, I'm just glad that Arthur actually is in a book where he actually is the only Aquaman.
Who's the artist on that? Who's doing the interior?
Vasco Georgiev.
Vasco, that name sounds familiar. I'm wondering what else he's done. I'm gonna look it up on my end.
Rain Barreto is a cover artist / colorist.
Okay.
Void
Song. There you are.
Yeah.
Vasco. That first name sounds really familiar.
Yeah. It's just his variant he did for this, but if other loads.
He did some Deja Thoris. He's done Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah.
He did a Joker. He didn't have a whole lot. He did an issue of Something is Killing the Children.
Yeah.
He's done 12 issues of Deja Thoris. That's like his biggest thing.
But yeah, so this is what he's doing the variant cover right here. He's a variant artist, yeah. That's just interior's gonna be like this. But this is actually the cover artist is done by this Rain Barreto. But actually looks better. So no. You know what, Ash? Not everything has to have continuity. That's why there's always been Elseworlds. And they're not connected either. Even if there was continuity, you wouldn't buy it. You don't have the budget.
Oh, don't be rude.
I'll be rude if I want to.
We don't budget shame here. I'm on a budget.
I budget shame everyone. You don't need food or gas. You elitist over there.
I definitely need gas. I know what Ash picked up now. No. I think I know what Ash picked up now that I recommended. I think I do. I might be wrong.
So that's my number 5.
Sweet. Cool. All right. My number 4, we're going to keep with DC Comics for this one. Fables is back, and it is number 152, and that is number 4 on my most looked forward to list this week. Now I have got quite a bit of catching up to do in Fables. There it is, right next to Void Song.
Okay.
Yeah, the one with the suit. Yeah. So I haven't read every single issue. I've got quite a bit of catching up to do. This is kind of given the last issue, 151, gave a nice little kind of a springboard to jump onto for new readers. They kind of summed up everything, where they're living at in New York. With all the normal people, it's like this brand new starting point. It's like they're not really focusing on that anymore. There's still a few characters there, like Geppetto, I think, is the big one that's still there.
I think he's right there.
Yeah, he's on the cover. Yeah, but like Big B, he's off in another area. I didn't see Tinkerbell in the last issue, so Tinkerbell might be a new player.
This is a variant cover, so I don't know.
Yeah. On this one, you've got your main characters. You've got Big B Wolf, Snow White, Geppetto, like I said, Cinderella. I think is going to be in this one.
Bluehearts is in here too.
Brock Blueheart, King Cole,
is that a dog?
Then in the last issue, I think it's a badger.
Oh,
it might be a badger. But the last issue introduced a character. I'm trying to find her here. What's the name? Jack in the Green. The new Jack in the Green. So I imagine that we're going to get some continuing of her story, her adventure. And then there was also a character who was presumed dead at the end of the last issue that's making a resurrection or a return.
Cool.
So we're going to find out more about that here. Bill Willingham, very talented writer. Probably one of my favorite writers. If I had to do like a top 5 or a top 10 list of writers, Bill Willingham is just really, really good at his craft. So yeah, I'm looking forward to, as I'm playing catch up with Fables, I'm also looking forward to continue to read the new Fables that are coming out.
I'm still waiting for the new Telltale game.
Yeah, I am too. I did like the Telltale game a lot. So
yeah. Alrighty, cool. All right, moving it right along. Going back to mine for number 4. And should be that far down.
I should also add that besides Bill Willingham, they also have Mark Buckingham as the artist. He's been, I think, connected to like all the past issues of
Cool.
Fables as well. So it's the same writer and artist both. So there is that going on too.
Number 4 for me is Batman the Knight. Number 6. Been loving the series. Like I said, it's interesting to see his him growing up and then tying it into, I guess, what's going on now. And it's of course there's some people who don't like this because they're like, we already had his origin story. You don't need to really go into it. He's just Batman now. You just skip this. I'm willing to go in. Like, the last issue was pretty good, even though people try to say, "Oh, look, he's gay," because he seduced the guy and tricked him and got the ledger from him. I was like, dude, no, it'd be gay if he kissed him. He didn't kiss him. He just used his own good looks, like he normally does when he's it's no different than any other character that uses their charm. But so anyway, that's another time for another story, but. But like I said, people are reaching for anything just to
Well,
hey,
it's chasing Ghost. So
in this, they're actually chasing bats in this one.
Oh, are they really?
Yeah. It's been good, and this is supposed to have Joe Chill in this. I was looking at here.
Oh, Joe Chill.
So I'm curious of where that's gonna fit into that, because.
Is it going to be like Batman Begins, where they show like as he's trained, like before he starts his serious training, like he tries to go after Joe Chill to get revenge or something?
I am not sure. I mean, because I've known from I think from the animated series he talked about, or I remember somewhere media he talked about he went and visited Joe Chill in prison before he died. I think that might have been 3 Jokers. But
I don't remember 3 Jokers.
Yeah, I'm not Eric Brain Ash. We don't use that word on this channel. It's offensive. I'm not kidding. But anyway, yeah, I've actually been enjoying Zdarsky's writing on this, and now he's in Canada. Seeking a mastery of weapons and marksmanship. From a legendary hunter. Yeah, so then what?
Eric Bree says happy. Good save.
Yes, I can use the word because I'm the captain. No. Like I said, it's what 4 more or 5 more after this?
How long is it's 10 issue. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 including this, so 4 more after this.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm curious to see what how he's going to end this, because this is like his childhood. So is he going to like the last 2 books where he's actually putting on the cape? Is it going to be like Gotham, the last 10 seconds, and you'll see him in the costume, or will we see him in the costume or not? But yeah, so it's for what it is. This is probably one of the better, I guess, Bruce Wayne books that are out right now. There's Urban Legends is still going on, and I think
isn't Urban Legends like an anthology though?
It is. That's where they make characters gay. That's why I don't read that book.
Well, it's also like you might get one Bruce Wayne story and one Batgirl or Duke Thomas or whatever.
It's just weird. Like I said, I'm perfectly fine with just having Detective Comics and the regular Batman.
Yeah.
I mean. This is all right. I mean, I've tried getting into some of the other ones. It was a Batman Fortress, which is a very bad book.
That's the Gary Whitta one.
Yeah, the one that just came out.
The one that actually had an cool sounding plot.
But then there's I Am Not Batman. There's just I agree. There's so many different Batman titles. But I mean, if they're selling, if that's what DC's pushing because that's what's selling over all the other books, I don't blame them. But 40 pages though for $5.
That's not bad.
So, which is kind of nice because you usually get 32. So you're getting, and I'm curious to see how much this is going to be ads.
Well, you're probably going to get a couple of 2-page spread. I bet you they have the
Dark Crisis.
Well, they're gonna have Dark Crisis. I bet you they have the George Perez tribute in the back. That's like 3 pages. They'll probably have the Pride Month, all the different creators.
Yep.
So yeah, you'll probably have a good bit of ads in there.
What's going on in the chat there?
I
You
don't
said
know.
it again. You said it again. Knee. Nice to say knee.
I'm familiar with the Knights of St.
Shrubbery?
Yes.
Yes.
'Tis a flesh wound. That's the best one.
All right, so we're gonna go to your number 3 then.
Numero 3. I have an indie comic on my list this week. It is from Aftershock Comics. I think this is the title that I got Ash to try out. I think. I could be wrong. He'll probably let me know if I'm wrong. Kaiju Score, Steal from the Gods. This week is number 3. This has been a really, really cool story.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. So I'm kind of sad that I'm sad it's so far down the list. That means not a lot of people are checking it out.
Not a lot of people that use that use this.
Well, at least that use the website. Yeah. But no, this is really fun. So there was volume 1. It was a 4-issue series. Told the story basically of this guy using a kaiju attack in Florida as cover while he and his gang rob a museum. This, Steal from the Gods, is a spinoff. It centers around a different character, not the main character from the first series. It centers around a different character.
Wow.
She's got a crew that, she's known now for like this whole kind of use a kaiju, stealing from kaiju cover type deal. But the plot it's very different. Instead of actually stealing from a museum and using a kaiju as a distraction, they actually have to go deep inside an actual frozen kaiju to steal treasure that was apparently eaten by it. So it's a really cool premise. They've been kind of building upon this one character from her development in the first series, and now she's like the leader of this team in the second series. It's really, really cool. This is something that I would actually like to see. Like if Amazon gave it the Invincible treatment, gave it an animated series, I would be really interested.
Wait, does this have a strong female protagonist?
It has a really interesting, cool female protagonist. If you read the first volume, the first set of issues, the first set of 4 issues.
Does she belittle men in this?
No, she's just a con artist and a thief. It's awesome.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, this centers around her. She's got her own team in this one. There are a few callbacks to the first series, but it's just a ton of fun. If you like kaiju monster stories like Godzilla, King Kong, or anything like that, or if you like heist stories and heist movies, either one of those, give this a try. It doesn't sound like the two work together really well, but they actually, I find they go together in a really fun way.
I gotta ask though, is this just the cover, or are they actually purple skinned in weird colors?
That's just the cover.
Okay, just want to make sure.
They're normal. They're just normal. It's normal people. I mean, yeah, it's just a stylistic choice they did. These actually, if you look at the covers all highlight and focus on a different member of the crew. So, this is one of the members of the crew. Issue number 2, issue number 1. It's all different members of the crew that are on the.
Take your blood pressure pills for the 10th third chapter. Kaiju Score, Steal from the Gods.
Yeah, it's supposed to be because at the end of number 2, there's a double cross that's coming, and they're about to go like spelunking into this frozen kaiju, and there's like a double cross or a plot twist that's coming. So I'm really interested in seeing how this works out.
Right. Yep. Ash, now if you keep complaining, I'm going to disrespect you more, and only you. I'm going to single you out because you're special.
Don't be rude, Ash. Is it Kaiju Score? Is that the book that you picked up that I recommended?
Ironically, he would tell you regardless if I insult him or not, because you've been nice to him. So if he's not telling you, then
I try to be nice to everybody. It
is.
I try not to play favorites.
I just think of this cover though, and I get after seeing that '90s Carrie Andrews cover for so I'm just thinking where's the fruit roll up on this cover,
fruit roll up,
because that's what it looks like. The fruit roll ups, you go from yellow to green, you have all the little designs on the back on your fruit roll up, and you roll it out. Don't you remember the '90s?
I don't know how you got to fruit roll ups.
We're going weird. '90s here, man. That's the color scheme.
Okay. I don't get it, but okay. It is a fun story though. If you're gonna if your LCS carries it,
Yep.
you should definitely check it out. Pick up the first couple of issues, check it out. If they don't carry it, you should ask them to order it for you.
All right, so I'm
'Cause
gonna
it
talk
is a
about.
fun read.
So my number 3, I'm gonna talk about the better book.
Sure.
Yeah, it's Nocterra, number 11.
I'll be. Oh, Nocterra is a good book though. That is
Yeah.
true. That is true.
This
I like that cover. That's actually a really sweet cover.
This has been insane. Everything they do every time I open up a new issue of this, they're doing something even more crazy.
Yeah, it's Sundog and Blacktop Bill back to back. That's
No.
actually pretty cool.
No, and the creatures in here too, even along the way, are like they're like because they're looking for food, and like they're trying to guess, like they're killing the animals because the animals when the shades took over, they started mating with other animals. You had a hawk and like and a bunny rabbit. They're trying to guess what they are, or is it a cat hawk? They don't not sure. But like in this, there's like even like the giant, like you talking about kaijus. They got remember the shades went after every animal, so even the whales. So like there's like that thing you gotta be careful about. Like there's like huge monsters and stuff like that. Not only is there just like the land ones. That's a creepy, and like you said, I'm really hoping that they continue this past this arc. There's a third arc because that'd be great.
Oh, I'm sure this is good. I have to think that this is probably an ongoing series. I mean, what is this? Which issue number is this? This is
11.
number
11.
11. Yeah, I mean, unless they're planning like a 12-issue maxi series or something, I have to think this is going to be an ongoing.
Scott Snyder did like for the vampire book he did, American Vampire. He did like 3 volumes, almost.
Yeah.
I'm trying to say, yeah. And
yeah, I would love to see this be an ongoing. Like
and I love.
I'm getting burnt out on the miniseries.
Tony S. Daniels' art on this has been pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Comedy, action, suspense, horror, everything.
A real good bad guy, a really good villain with Black.
I would be shocked if this was actually optioned for like a TV show.
That would be a pretty cool show.
No. I'm just curious. So who would take it up though? What channel would you want to see it on? AMC or Sci-Fi?
I think it might fit more with Sci-Fi. Although Sci-Fi, their shows are like really campy though, so I'm thinking like Z Nation. Like it was good, but I don't think it fits with Nocterra.
Well, Z Nation, yeah. It was on Sci-Fi. The problem with Sci-Fi, anything going on Sci-Fi is like it's canceled after a season or two because they don't have streaming rights to it. So maybe
like FX. Doesn't FX do original programming?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would maybe think FX or something like that. Yeah. Or shoot, I mean, well, I don't know about Amazon.
Stars.
How eager I would be. Stars.
Stars is what Evil Dead was on.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's why I would get away with all the blood and guts stuff.
Gnarly.
Yeah. So if you haven't checked this out, it's been really good. I said the characters on here are all unique individual characters. Her brother, people they meet along the way. Blacktop Bill is like it's like Spider-Man working with Venom. He doesn't want to work with Venom, but he has to go against an even bigger threat.
Mm-hmm.
And like they just don't get along. Where Bill just does whatever he can to antagonize the girl whose grandfather he killed in front of her. Like he is such a dick. It's a good book. And for those who are like, oh, I'm not a fan of Snot Snyder, as Skip would say, give it a chance. Who knows? Maybe there'll be a spinoff series if it's popular enough.
Why would you want a spinoff? The main series is good enough.
Well, you want to the prequel series to see how it began.
Well, they've shown how it begins though. Like the first arc, they do flashbacks. Like with the girl and her family and her brother, like they show.
No, but I mean, like as far as opening the portal, stuff like that.
Maybe.
And stuff, and then seeing the fall of humanity.
Mm-hmm. I can see maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that could work.
Yep.
Cool. All right.
Yeah,
moving right along.
Right.
We're already on my number 2. Wow.
Please show us your number 2.
I'm not going to show you. That's you. You've got to do that. You've got the screen. Moon Knight number 12.
It's right
Look,
here
look at that, my boy. Top row.
behind Spider-Man.
Well, of course, Spider-Man's still Spider-Man. Still got the name recognition. Jed McKay's series has been rocking it. They finally got to the Moon Knight versus Zodiac fight that I've been waiting for. And first issue was really, really cool. I really loved it. So now we're getting to the second part, where they're fighting, right in front of the Midnight Mission in New York. I believe, if I'm recalling correctly, the last issue he made a deal with Khonshu to teleport because he was somewhere else. He was drawn away as a distraction, and he had to make a deal with Khonshu to teleport and get there to fight Zodiac immediately. So yeah, really, really looking forward to seeing how the second part goes. I'm kind of hoping that I can get the scanned variant. The scanned one looks really cool.
Do you think they'll keep Tiger on as a love interest?
I think so. Well, the reason Tigra is in the book as a supporting character, on top of Moon Knight and Tigra being
chaperone
West Coast Avenger,
spy, for Avengers.
Just give away the plot of what I'm getting to.
Yes, I will.
I don't need to say anything anymore, I guess. No. But yeah, no, I think they will. He doesn't have a huge supporting cast right now. He's got like one or two other characters. Yeah, that's the cover I'm hoping that I can get my hands on. That's just really cool. Here. So, yeah, it's really
cover
awesome.
A. I don't know why it's a variant. It should be cover A.
Jed McKay is really doing good with this Moon Knight. I like most of the stuff I've been reading from Jed at Marvel. I haven't read everything he's done. He's also writing that Black Cat series. I haven't really gotten into that. But other stuff I've read from him has been really good. This is probably the best thing from him that I'm reading right now. So
it actually has been fun through this. It's an entertaining book. It's I remember Jed McKay getting flack for his Black Cat stuff, and people were just saying like, "Oh, he's a horrible writer," blah blah blah. But he's been proving to be anything but a horrible writer.
Yeah, he's with Moon Knight. Yeah, I agree. He wrote the Avengers Mech Strike book last year. That was a nice little self-contained story. I think actually Ash liked that one. If I recall one of his review videos, he actually liked it. It was a nice little 5-part mini-series where the Avengers make giant mechs to fight kaiju. It was really fun. That's the only other thing that comes to mind thinking of Jed McKay. I'm sure I know he's written other stuff, but yeah, Moon Knight has just been really great. He's got some moments that are very Batman-esque, except he doesn't really care about killing or torturing, so it's like a cool Batman kind of. That made me sound creepy. Like I enjoy Batman killing people.
And this is a lot better than the TV show.
Much better than the Moon Knight television show. Sorry, Disney Plus. This is much better than what you've been doing. So,
like I said, I'm biased when it comes to Moon Knight. I think the best version is the Doug Moench, Tom Perlin, run, and then this feels kind of close to that. A little more supernatural.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely, it has more of a supernatural element to it, because there's him talking with Khonshu. Then there's the other. So, like, he's the left hand of Khonshu or the right hand, and then there's the other one. I think it's Hunter Moon is the opposite side of that. So you've got the two of them. They're kind of not enemies, but they just don't like each other a whole lot. They'll team up reluctantly, but yeah,
there's no Jake. There is no Stephen Grant. It's just Mark.
Keep waiting. It's coming. I don't know which issue, but I think that's going to be addressed at some point here in the near future.
Right. Cool. All right. That was your number 2.
Number 2.
The book I have is actually going to be almost close to being number 1 on this, but it's actually Flash 783. So if you know what my number 2 is now, you know what number 1 is. If you don't know what number was, you don't know me. You don't know me, bro. Search for Rebellion Part 1. Now, the reason this is at number 2, because normally it would be a number 1 book, is because, well, it's tying in the Dark Crisis. If it wasn't tying in the Dark Crisis, I normally like these books a lot better. But so it's basically like getting pulled in the future state. You're like, oh crap, no, why? Just let it stay out of continuity. And that's what I like about non-continuity, because majority of the crap that's going on in the events, you really don't want characters going into. So
I'm sorry, Bree doesn't like it when I do the Flash Gordon thing every time you say Flash.
oh, I mean, did he do the other thing when I said the other character's name? Did he say
No,
he didn't go? He didn't do it. Oh
I don't think he did. I
no,
don't
he
think he
didn't.
got it. I think
No,
it went over his head.
yeah. So
Yeah.
when I said the other character that beat out Moon Knight, that while crawling, web spinning, guy. No, I purposely won't say the name now. It's driving nuts. No, this has been fun. The search for Barry Allen. I'm at this point. I'm like, can we just call off the search? Just let him be gone. We finally got Wally back in a happy spot. Being the Flash. When Barry comes back, is Barry gonna? Because originally Barry was just like he was gonna be. They basically pushed him off, going to be part of the multi-crisis. Justice League. The multi-team.
The multiverse. Yeah, Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justice League multiverse. Yeah.
Crisis, whatever you're gonna call it. So that was the thing because Wally was like, I'm not gonna be because he was still he was in Kid Flash, he wasn't in Flash at all. He was having an identity crisis, and Barry said like, well, they need my help over there. I can do this, discovering that Barry actually had the speed to cross over into different multiverses, different universes. So that was their way to write Barry out for a while, which was okay. Not to say that Barry wasn't being written well by Jeremy Adams, or by Joshua Williamson. I've just always been a more Wally West fan, and the fact that they kept Wallace around, they couldn't keep Wally as Kid Flash. He could have chose a different name too. Actually, didn't have to keep Flash or Kid Flash.
Why would you want Wally to have a different name?
Well, if you're gonna keep Barry as Flash, keep giving Wally a superhero identity.
I think the idea is that Barry's not on Earth being the Flash, then you can still have Wally be on Earth and be the Flash.
Two Flashes in one world.
You have two Spider-Men in Marvel.
That's
You have two Captain Americas. You have two Thors. Two Wolverines.
Stop.
8 Green Lanterns.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
3 Aquamen. Or 2 Aquamen, maybe.
Aqualad's dead.
3 Wonder Girls, even if DC doesn't acknowledge 2 of them. How many?
So you're saying Dark Crisis was approved by DC because they're trying to call all the heroes.
Call or call?
A calling.
Like kill them all?
Yes.
Like just
winter them down to there's less characters.
Well, that was the big thing for a while. Everyone thought that Dark Crisis was going to be used, to take off the OGs and just have the new millennial approved gender swap,
the
race
fact
swap,
that
whatever.
There's a Superman of China. There's a Flash of China. Like they have their own.
Oh yeah, China's already. In DC they've already had their own super team for a while. That's not new.
Yeah, but nobody focuses on them at all. They're like, here, remember this character, this speedster that's over in China.
Yeah,
yeah. If anything, they brought her back to be like a love interest for Wally, or not Wally, but Wallace, I should say.
Oh, well, I thought Wallace was with Red Arrow and Nico.
I don't know about that, but him and during Josh Williamson run, if you remember that, with the Rogues, where they took over the planet. That was part of the storyline. Wallace was teaming up with the Purple Flash. Girl, I forgot what her name is, but anyway. Hey, what's going on, Skip? Nice to see you here. Saying hello to his twin.
That's me.
So there's this cover, and then there's this other cover here, which is like it's my second time seeing this,
Oh yeah, the race.
Yeah, you already won the finish.
That's kind of funny. I kind of like that.
Jeremy Adams was showing this up in his Instagram. He was just showing his the covers. He's like when you watch him in his Instagram, he's just showing up the cover. He's a kid in a candy store. He's just smiling, giggling, laughing, just like he's like, oh look at it's so. He's just super excited.
Yeah.
And that personality and everything, his just positivity goes right into the book. So
yeah.
So if you haven't checked out, if you're like you just don't like new comic books, Flash would probably be the safest bet because I never really was a Flash comic book reader till I read Rebirth, and then I realized, wow, the Flash is actually a lot better than people give it credit to when it's actually written by someone that actually cares about the character. Because most people will poo-poo it and it's like, oh, he's just another speedster. It's like, why do we care about this? We have Superman who can do the same thing and fly. But yeah, so check this out. This is gonna be if you're excited for Barry Allen, tell me why you're happy to have Barry Allen come back whenever we have Wally and his family and Wallace and all the other speedsters. I want Jay Garrick to come back.
He is, I think he is coming back at some point here in the near future.
So that's this is gonna be a 3-issue story and unties directly to the Dark Crisis. So
very nice, very nice.
Cool.
Now I'm going through my list here, and I am getting the Flash as well. The Flash I didn't put it on my list because I knew you were gonna have it on yours. Yep. However, my number 1 and your number 1 are the same.
So are they really?
They are the same. So
I'm shocked.
Are you shocked? I'm just appalled. I'm
not that shocked though.
My jaw is on the floor.
All right.
But yeah, you want to count down first, and then we
can
go into number 1.
Aquaman and Flash Void Song is my number 5. Batman the Night is number 6. Is my number 4. My number 3 is Nocturne, issue 11. Number 2 is we just saw is Flash 783 legacy number. Yes.
Yep. And my number 5 is New Fantastic Four, number 1, the brand new miniseries by Peter David. My number 4 is Fables, number 152, by the awesome team of Bill Willingham and Mark Buckingham. It's funny how they rhyme. Number 3 is Kaiju Score, Steal from the Gods, number 3. Number 2 is Moon Knight, number 12. And the number 1 pull for both RDV and myself this week.
3, 2,
1 from DC. Oh, you actually okay. From DC Comics, it is Batman Superman, World's Finest, number 4, with my boy Hal Jordan on the cover, getting some recognition. It's been too long.
Deadly Class.
Look at that Dan Mora artwork.
Deadly Class is Undead Quinn. Ironically, if I was collecting the floppies, Deadly Class would beat this out because I just love that series. But I'm happy that you actually like it that much too, because I'm sad to see that comic go. But World's Finest though, this as a Mark Waid book. What? Mark Waid?
What? Yeah.
The guy we don't like? Right? We're not supposed to buy his books because we don't like him.
Trash monster? Yeah.
I'll just say this. He can be whatever he wants, a douchebag. I don't care. As long as he doesn't do it in his books. I'm not buying it because I like the person. I'm buying the book because I like the characters and I like the story. And wow, when you can get Eric Breen to buy and read a new comic book, and it's been written by Mark Waid, of all people, there's something here.
That's true. Although I think he's kind of burnt out on World's Finest now. I think he told me he's not going to, because there's like story plots of this that are tying into the new Chip Zdarsky Batman versus Robin. I think he wanted like an isolated standalone story.
Not yet, though. Eventually.
Yeah, well, this one, I think. No, I was reading over the connecting details. I can tell you what they are, but I don't want to spoil it.
Connecting details.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you're right. And Mark Waid, listen. There's 2 people in the comic industry that I have a distaste for. One is Mark Waid, and one is Dan Slott. There are other ones, but those are the big 2, both literally and figuratively.
So let's look at. There's a variant covers for this,
but it doesn't. He doesn't. His character and who he is as a person does not cross over into this book. This is the cover I'm hoping to get.
I love, except the way they draw him and stuff. It just looks like Superman.
This is the best cover in my opinion.
And this is Dan Moore's arts. I love Dan Moore's arts.
Yeah, he does really good. There's also a Riley Rosmo cover if you want to get that.
I would say it. Dan Moore is the current artist art right now. He's probably my favorite artist.
Eric says Dan Slott is the big 2 by himself.
Yeah,
That's a good one, Brain. That's
So
a good
this is the interesting cover. This is the stock variant cover, and this features Lois Lane and Selena Kyle.
That's not a bad one.
I don't know why they decided to put it there.
That's because they're the love interests of Batman and Superman. That's why.
So if you hate guys and just want to have the girl cover, go ahead.
That's a pretty cover.
I said they kept the recent costume too.
Yeah,
which is interesting because it's supposed to be a Silver Age.
Yeah,
No,
I like it. I don't hate it.
Here is Freddie Williams. Freddie Williams Deuce, 125 variant.
Yeah. So wow, look at all the pouches on that Batman. Good lord.
Look at the bulge right there.
He's got the Dwayne Johnson legs too, like with his thighs. Like, good lord.
I was looking at the muscles here, and like, oh, and I was like, oh, super bulge.
Yeah, that's a really bulging cover there.
I'm not a fan.
I do like the spikes on the shoulder.
I'm not a fan of that. I've seen it before in other comic iterations, and
I kind of dig it. I don't like the mullet on Superman. I'm not a fan of the super mullet. I'm sorry. It just, I don't know. It reminds me of
what? There's just bats flying with Superman.
No, they're flying with Batman. The doves,
bats are nocturnal. They don't fly during the day.
The doves are flying with Superman. And then Quinn says it's peak 90s. Yeah, it does have a very 90s vibe with the mullet and the pouches. It's very 90s.
And then there's the Dan Morris stock card variant.
Yeah, it's like the Superman Batman hybrid.
Yeah,
that's kind of weird.
It's just kind of cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's just why. But no.
My question is this a spoiler? Is this what's going to happen in the book?
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
They'd be so OP'd if they had combining their. Yeah.
I don't think they will do.
But here's the incentive: the 1 in 50 is Riley Rossmo.
It's not a 1 in 50. This should be like.
Look, it's a 1 in 50.
Yeah, the Bizarro World cover. I do not care for this one.
Why? Is that a cow?
Yeah, it's a super cow.
Wonder Woman with legs
in the background too.
Handicapped Superwoman.
I think it's just a perspective thing.
I don't know.
I think it's a perspective thing. But
hey, is it Alfred? No.
Yeah, a zombie Alfred maybe. Yeah, I don't care for that one. Can we go back to the Dan Moore with the Green Lantern on it, please? This was gonna give me nightmares. Yeah, no, but this is this is gonna be continuing the story. Robin and Supergirl are in ancient China, which has been one of the more enjoyable parts of the story. Yep. It's just the relationship between Supergirl and Dick Grayson. And then Batman and Superman, they're finding out that the devil Neza, who is this ultimate big bad that they're fighting, who possesses other heroes and villains, they're going to have to, it looks like Hal Jordan is going to be possessed. And so they're going to have to fight Hal Jordan, which will be cool, I think, to see.
So
I think it'd be awesome.
I do like the fact you point out the Doom Patrol is a big part of this too.
Yeah, they've been in every issue so far, I think.
But this issue is including Firestorm.
Red Tornado, Black Canary. You're getting a lot of that satellite era Justice League.
Yep.
Yeah. You've also got Donna Troy is going to be in here. Kid Flash. So you got some Teen Titans in here. That's going to be awesome. But yeah,
like I said, the fact you get the Teen Titans, you get Kid Flash, Young Wally.
Yeah.
Donna Troy, Dick Grayson, and just like that. Yeah. So, and like I said, it's interesting to see that they're actually continuing with this. Like I said, now I don't know how much it'll tie into the new Batman, when it's going to tie in, because the new Batman book doesn't drop until July.
Yeah, the Batman versus Robin. Actually, is it July or is it September? I thought it was September.
Well, 125 is Zdarsky taking over.
Well, I'm talking about Batman versus Robin.
I don't know that. I don't know what that is.
That's a number one. That's what I saw that ties into events that are going on here in World.
No, I don't know about that, but I know that if you're talking about Zdarsky's, that's the new Batman. That's going to be 125. That comes.
Well, this is another Batman book that he's writing though. Chip Zdarsky is writing. I guess he's writing like 2 Batman books, because there's Batman and then Batman versus Robin.
Well, like I said, I mean, I'll when it comes out, I'll read it. If it sucks, it sucks. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know, it's at that point. It's like I'll wait my save judgment until it comes out. But I don't know. Like I said, usually it's usually how it goes. When we get stuff that's really, really great, we like enjoy it. Right around the corner, they remind us why they hate us. it's a bait and switch. Like, haha, we got all this money from you. Now we're just gonna use that money to basically, make fun of you. No thanks.
Hopefully, Mark Waid can control himself for a little bit longer. Because, like I said, this has been. If I had to pick 2 books to be buying from DC, Flash is number 1, and you covered why Flash has been really good and worth it. World's Finest would be number 2. Those would be the 2 books. I'm not really reading a whole lot else from DC that I can recall. There's Dark Crisis stuff, but yeah.
If they cancel the Batman the Night, I wouldn't be upset.
Mm-hmm.
I still have 2 Batman Beyond books that are out right now.
Yeah. I'm thinking of picking up not All Star, Action Comics, because I've heard several people say Action Comics by Philip Kennedy Johnson is really good.
Yeah, I don't know. When I saw the whole Mongol world thing, I was just like, I've already been through this. Like, why do we need to repeat it?
Well, because Superman's getting ready to come back to Earth. That I know is happening either
and then die.
September. No, well, everyone was saying that Clark was going to die on Warworld, and apparently he's not. He's coming back to Earth.
And if he's coming back to Earth, guess what? He's no longer Superman. His son is.
Hey, well, guess what? He shouldn't be coming back to Earth at all because he's supposed to be dead, Dark Crisis, except apparently he's not dead because they just put him in a little pocket. Maybe Mongol World Warworld is his pocket universe.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I look at the whole Action Comics as being part of Future State. And that's what's left of Future State. Because he was on Warworld during Future State.
Yeah, but was he featured even in the Breen, don't be rude. He said, why not Nubia? Oh wait, I know why. Oh, good Lord.
I know. I can also say that Nubia is better off just not being right at all. Save your brain cells.
Yeah, I'm kind of. I wish that Trial of the Amazons was worth reading because I'd love to read a good Wonder Woman story.
Like I said, as I was saying, with Stephanie Phillips when she first started writing some of the Wonder Woman stuff, it was good. Okay, it wasn't the best, but it was still decent. It was still makes you actually want to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just like they just change everything, and like I said, and you can't always blame the writer because like I said, editors have say and pull as far as what they want in a book. I think DC realized the reason they put this book out because they realized they were losing money. So the guy up top said, like, put out a book, let's go back. Everybody's doing the nostalgia over Marvel. That seems to be doing well for them. So DC will do one.
Yeah.
And
this is World's Finest. Yeah, that is pretty much.
And honestly, I really hope that they just say, because DC always copies Marvel. I hope they start bringing old writers back to write, like they do in Marvel. Like,
who's an old writer that you would bring back for DC?
Jeff Johns writing some more JSA.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Yeah, remember at Marvel they're bringing back the old writers, but it's all miniseries. It's not an ongoing.
I don't care. I'd rather have a Jeff Johns JSA miniseries and have nothing at all.
Yeah, I guess so. They did get Jeff Johns back for the Flashpoint.
Yep.
So maybe.
And Jeff Johns is working on Dark Crisis right now.
He is. He was supposed to be working on a new JSA that he was going to do with Brian Hitch too. But then that got canceled.
I wish they gave back Roger Stern, but
Yeah. Is Roger Stern still around?
I think he's still alive. That'd be a Breen question. Breen is your buddy.
Quietly.
Yeah.
Sit here quietly and wait for Breen to answer.
Yeah. And most he said most of those old writers wrote for both companies.
That's true.
John Byrne wrote for both, but I don't think John Byrne will come back even if they paid him. If I'm thinking John Byrne, he's like, I did what I needed to do. I'm awesome. Why I need to come back? If anything, they probably bring back Frank Miller, and you'd probably get an even worse story from Frank Miller. I'm too rude to answer questions. All right, but yeah, this is the number one book, it's on both our poll lists for a reason, because the anomalies are great, the storytelling's been great, and it's just like I said, it's post crisis DC. Actually, I guess I was I want to say it would be more post crisis, not Silver, because
It does. Yeah.
If it was Silver Age, Superman's OP'd as F.
Yeah.
That's what throws me off. So it's like a watered down Silver Age as far as for Superman's powers.
It definitely has a post crisis
Yeah.
feel to it. So yeah, I'm digging it. They had, like we said, they showed Poison Ivy as the eco-terrorist Poison Ivy that I was familiar with, that I actually really loved reading. Yeah, I liked it. And there's the costumes.
Yeah.
You even see the costumes with all the characters. They're like that post-crisis, satellite era Justice League, like I was saying. New Teen Titans outfits. That whole era is a really fun era with DC. So I really like.
Yeah, I mean, who would you bring back for DC stuff? Paul Kupperberg,
Ostrander, maybe for Suicide
Jerry
Squad?
Ordway.
Ordway? Well, yeah, Jerry Ordway. He wrote that Stargirl, that Earth Prime issue not too long ago, right?
Yeah.
Ordway would be good. Trying to think who else. John Byrne, is he still around? John Byrne?
He's still alive, but I'm saying, like, I don't know if he's gonna want to come. Mike Barron, I don't think he'd come back, even if they asked him to.
I know. Well, I know they wouldn't ask Barron or Chuck Dixon. They wouldn't ask either.
No, of course they won't. But those would be the two people that probably sell the books. If you had Mike Barron.
Put Chuck Dixon on like a Robin book or a Batman family book. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shoot, give him a Suicide Squad book. I'd read a Chuck Dixon Suicide Squad.
Give me a Chuck Dixon Batman story.
Heck yeah.
I mean,
but anyway,
Frank Miller, year 2 instead of doing year 1, he does year 2 now. God.
Anyway, we're off in the weeds over here talking about what ifs and Elseworlds and who we'd get to write for DC.
So yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
So, but that's it for this week. As far as the books that we're gonna be getting.
Yeah. There are a few other ones I've got. Like I said, I'm getting the Flash. Actually, I had my list. Where'd it go? I have so many tabs open on my computer these days. I'm going to get the new Flash issue. I'm going to try that Dark Crisis Young Justice tie-in. It's not Peter David writing, so I don't have high hopes.
I know, but I like Stargirl's in there. That's why I was almost tempted to, I should buy this.
Stargirl?
I think I saw it on the cover.
No, you saw Cassie Sandsmark.
My bad. I'm thinking of the Young Justice Target.
Yeah, you're thinking of the other young. The
other one
based off the cartoon. Yeah, that's what you're thinking of. No, this is like the 4. It's Connor, Tim, Cassie, and Bart.
Yeah, it's like Titans United, but a sequel to it.
Except that it has something to do with the show. This is like tying into Dark Crisis.
Well, I know.
Okay,
but the same lineup that was in Titans United, which had nothing to do with the show either.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm out of it. But I'm gonna give it a try though. If it's good, maybe I'll continue to read it. If it's bad, I'll just drop it after the first issue.
Do you guys think DC will ever bring back the heroes from the new age of heroes?
Oh God, that was like what, when they had like Damage and New Challengers and stuff like that.
I'm a Silencer. If they brought her back, I'm just curious how bad would she be written out of character? Would she be during Pride Month?
From my experience, Marvel and DC have a terrible habit of having these new characters created, use them for a short time, and then they go up on a shelf and they collect dust. They're just like that little penguin toy from Toy Story 2.
Unless you're Ghostmaker.
Watch. Even Ghostmaker or Clown Hunter, any of these new Bat Family characters, watch. I guarantee, give it a few years. I say guarantee.
Don't give him a few months. You'll have Batman Inc.
I mean,
his new title out called Batman Inc. You'll have Ghostmaker because he's in charge of Batman Inc.
It happens a lot, especially with like these young, like teenage heroes. Like, does anybody remember Gravity from Marvel back in like the early 2000s?
That was a guy I always thought that was Invincible at first. When I first that was a kid.
He did kind of look like Invincible. Like, there's a ton of like teenage superhero characters. Like the Titans had characters like Argent and like There's other ones too. I can't remember because DC doesn't use them in anything. And so just like I'm pretty sure Ghostmaker and Clown Hunter will probably go that way at some point. DC has like just loads of characters in their backstock. They just don't use them.
Two
They
Gun
don't
Kid.
know how. Well,
Two Gun Kid. You know, they could bring back their Western selves. Jonah Hex, Two Gun Kid, and Jonah and
Isn't Two Gun Kid Marvel?
Well, yeah, you're right. I think you're right. Yeah.
Batlash is,
no,
is DC.
no, I'm thinking of the Trigger Twins. That's what I'm thinking. The Trigger Twins.
Are the Trigger Twins Western? I thought they were modern.
There is. They dressed up as cowboys. That's all I remember. That. But there was a kid. Was the Colt Kid? No. There was another Western one other than
Oh yeah, there were definitely other Western characters besides Jonah Hex. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, Rawhide's Marvel, yeah, but there was a kid. There was he was on the Justice League. He had the
Vigilante.
bandana. Yeah.
Vigilante.
The original Vigilante, right?
Yeah. Well, he rode a motorcycle. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. That one.
I know who you're talking. Yeah, now I know who you're talking about. Okay.
Too many freaking Westerns characters.
Not enough Westerns.
But not used enough. That's the problem. There's a lot of them, but they're not used. Too. But yeah, that'd be kind of bringing back Weird Tales.
Weird Western Tales. Yeah, I would read that. Shoot, absolutely.
So, all right. So that's it. Yeah, actually, we got to read off Undead Quinn stuff.
Oh yeah, Undead Quinn. Where's your list? I think he said he has a light week this week though.
I saw number 1. I didn't. Okay,
number 2. I see number 2. I don't see a number 3. I think he might just have 2 books.
I think he only has 2 books.
I think because I think he was saying it was a light week for him this week. Next week it's going to be a big one.
So nice. Number 2 is Red Room Trigger Warnings. Number 4, Ed Pascal, I believe, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And then it's number 1 we read off earlier, which was Deadly Class, the latest one. Which, like I said, is a very good series by Rick Remender. Check it out if you haven't. Mm-hmm. If you're just a fan of it's hard to explain. It's one of those books you are not supposed to like the main characters, because they're kids. When they start off, these are kids that have been brought to an assassin basically school for teaching them how to be deadly arts and stuff. And a lot of them are there because their parents they're forced to go there. So this kid who's homeless and stuff ends up being offered a chance in the school because of a reputation he didn't earn, because it was actually somebody else's reputation. And the first thing he does, he realizes, oh my gosh, even though it's a school full of killers, they're all the same as regular high school. There's the jocks, there's the nerds, there's the preppies and all. And he's just like, he's like, here's my people, the outcasts. And that's where his groups of friends are. And then they basically try to survive that school and get out of there. And yeah, it's set place in the 80s. So, and then it's like a life story. As it goes further, it gets into the 90s, the 2000s, 2006. And it's you get to see friendships and relationships. And then, like I said, it's this kid is haunted by the ghosts of his friends. So he's never been really fully there. He always writes in a journal. He always writes his stuff down. But it's a very interesting story. I recommend pick it up. There is about 3 omnibuses out now, or going to be soon.
Dang.
Yep. All right. So on that note, final note, I hope you guys had fun. We are past the hour mark. And well, see you guys tomorrow on the Geeky Puppet Show.
Yeah, Geeky Puppet Show. Yeah, there's the TD reviews tomorrow. Actually, I believe tonight, if you're crazy like me and you're going to be up at 3 or 4 in the morning, I will be up with Puppeteen reviewing the final episode of Kenobi, because I'm a madman. Then tomorrow night, the puppets will be on. I think there's some television shows they'll be reviewing.
Yeah. They were going to do the bad. Ridge's plan was to do the Bad Batch of Miss Marvel, but then Sticky Longfinger said he didn't want to do that. So,
Okay. I love that nickname. That's great. But yeah, I know Thursday night we'll be back 7:00. We'll be here and we'll be talking about the comics. We'll have gone to the shop, picked them up, and we'll be talking about which books we liked best. So you can
and then
come
our
by.
retrospective. I'm trying to remember what.
Yes. Fantastic Four, I believe it was 166 through 167.
Yes, where the Thing teams up with the Hulk against the government and the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, I read that first issue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh! And
Good. I haven't read it yet. I'm probably gonna read it tonight.
It's classic, 60s, like 70s, style, culture and everything in there. So I'm like, this is actually kind of cool. I actually might start reading some more of these.
Nice.
So
yeah, if you want to find out a little bit about some older books, some fun books, come on by Thursday, and we'll be doing a retrospective on those issues. And yeah, maybe learn something, get a little interest in some older comics. So
also, Breen will be on the channel too. So if you're looking for more content and more historical information about what was happening around that time and other stories, connected stories, we have Breen for that.
Well, I was just gonna say, if you just want to listen to somebody with a better voice than the two of us, Breen will be here for that.
Yes.
But
all right. So we'll see.
That's it. I think, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Later.
It's like Ferris Bueller now. Go home. Show's over.
We're still here.
Why are you still here?
Yes. Also, screw Chris Evans. Check out the dinosaur movie because it's been doing better than his movie.
Check out Chris Pratt. Pratt beats Evans every time.
Always.